privilege to be able to look at those through the scope of this award together with an esteemed community of other practitioners.
Legal Services of the Hudson Valley is very grateful to be recognized for our hard work and dedication in serving the communities in the Hudson Valley. We appreciate our partners at Fried Frank for nominating us and the great work that they do in our pro bono virtual tenant advice clinic. We couldn't do what we do without the incredible support of the private bar.
Well, I'm quite overwhelmed because the earlier recipients of the award were truly distinguished. It's very hard for me to compare myself to them. So it is a really great honor.
I have to say it feels like an endorsement of the way that I approach my role in the civil legal aid community. I'm very focused on community collaboration, coalition building, and coming together around our common goals, and really focusing in on using the power of the law to help our clients put food on the table, stay in their homes, help kids get an equitable education, and shoring up the essentials of life that so many people in our society take for granted.
It's really a deep honor. I didn't get to meet Phil Daly, but in reading a little bit about him and his background and his work, I think he's a great example. And I really am touched to receive this award.
Over the last 20 years, I've worked in coalition with colleagues in the New York legal services community. And what was really incredible this year was we saw the legal community here in New York, the New York State Bar Association, local bar associations, private law firms, both big and small, come together in a new way to stand with civil legal aid and protect the IOLA fund so that it would be preserved for its sole purpose, which is providing civil legal aid. And it was just incredibly powerful and very, very effective.
Each of us exists within a society naturally, and as part of being a part of that society, we all participate in some way. And I have a firm belief that everyone has the duty to serve their society and the communities within it to the best of their ability. And I think those of us who practice law do the same as other folks who work in libraries or, teach or work at gas stations, making sure that every area of our society is served. And as long as you're doing the best you can for your society, it's really all I can ask for.
I'll just say that equal access to justice is a fundamental pillar of our democracy and society. Our staff are the emergency responders of the legal system. Our waiting rooms are filled with community members who are at risk of becoming homeless, fleeing dangerous home situations, and trying to figure out how to feed their families. The legitimacy of the law depends on equal justice, and equal justice requires equal access. Legal Services of the Hudson Valley and all of our colleagues across New York State ensure that equal access.
Without a lawyer in areas such as housing or family or disability, such as Social Security disability, it's very hard for people without a lawyer to understand their rights and to also just marshal the facts in their case so that whoever is deciding the case, whether it's a judge or an administrative law judge, really sees the person as a human being with all kinds of challenges, and to kind of put that together in a way that can be appreciated and is compelling can just make all the difference in the world. It's very hard to do on your own, but with an advocate, it becomes much more possible.
I think that like anybody, the people who we assist want to have a good life, want to be able to do as best they can for themselves and their children and their families. And from that standpoint, they're just like everyone else. So, but I think there are still divisions in terms of how our clients are viewed. And I really think it's important that we do what we can to try to highlight that, okay, yes, our clients may be low income, but their aspirations are pretty much the same as that of those who are not. And I think that's work that we're going to continue to be doing, I'm sure.
Most legal services offices and legal aid offices, the phone just rings off the hook with people who have very serious problems, and it's hard to turn away people like that. And so the bar associations help in getting more funding, perhaps in developing more in the way of scholarship programs for promising law school graduates to work in legal services. All of that could be enormously helpful.
The goal is to really institutionalize equitable pay for all public interest, public sector jobs, and then really focus in to make sure that folks can pursue a career in civil legal aid.
The future for LSHV looks very bright and busy. We want to continue to provide the highest quality legal services to as many people in our communities as we can. We want to attack systemic oppression and make impactful legal changes to the systems that hurt our communities. And we also want to expand our services into areas where we are not fully serving our clients currently.
So I'd like to continue making my way toward the reputation of dependability and fairness, as well as developing the professional and personal connections I've made through this practice, because ultimately that will allow me to serve my clients better in the future. Plus, it will give me the opportunity to continue working with the many talented professionals, both legal and community professionals. It's really an amazing system of resources that we have out here in Western New York and across the state. And I'd like to continue building my presence both in that community as well as sharing resources far and wide.
I want to congratulate our fellow award winners on the great work that you do. We're happy that we're partners in justice and we're in this together. Congratulations on your accomplishments and your award.
I'd like to congratulate the fellow award winners on receiving this well-deserved recognition. Day to day, we often focus on our cases and moving them forward as effectively as possible, but this is a moment for each of us to examine the impacts that we've had and that we'd like to continue making on our clients. And it's not without great time and effort that each of the award winners got here. And I just applaud them, and I'm in complete awe and respect for the work that they do.
I just want to say that this is an incredible community that I am really and deeply proud to be part of. Thank you so much to the New York State Bar Association for bringing us all together to learn and also to celebrate one another. And I want to extend my heartfelt congratulations to all of the honorees today.
Well, I'm so glad to be in their company. I don't think I deserve it, but I am very glad. And, you often get, inspired, when you hear what they've been up to and what they've been able to accomplish.
This is a great acknowledgement of the work that you have done and hopefully will continue to do, and that it's an inspiration to those around you and those who will come after you. So I would just encourage everybody to just continue doing what it is that you do. Keep up the great work. Continue to be curious. Continue to be positive, continue to be open, and the future will continue to look positive.